I get it. I was a 13-year-old kid watching movies. I like boobies.
I was a 13-year-old kid once.
Yes, I watch boobies. I like them. I still do. They're one of my favorite things.
Especially when they're purple. Welcome back to Trees in Space, the show where we boldly go where no reviewer has gone before. Through every movie genre fueled by fan opinion, questionable nostalgia, and our own hot takes. This week, Jason and I watched the 1990 rated R comedy horror science fiction Frankenhooker. I'm your host of this episode, Nate Hanks, and with me, as always, is the most handsome man on the internet, Jason Smith. Jason, Frankenhooker, right? Yeah.
Yeah, when you said in the beginning, you said where no reviewer has gone before, truer words have not been spoken.
Uh, this movie, man, I went in with it with the idea of it being bad. But sometimes bad becomes wonderful. And God, I can't wait to talk about this movie with you. But before we do that, uh, we're going to tell you about the movie, but something different. I want people at home, I want you guys to find this movie. I want you all to find this. So I went on the internet and I searched for you where you can get this movie for free. You can get it on Tubi, Pluto TV, the Roku channel, Fandango at Home, Plex, Amazon Prime Video. So you can go watch this movie, then come back and listen to what we thought about the movie and go on, or we can watch us and then go watch the movie yourself. Uh,
Well, I'm glad you told them, and I want to tell you that when you recommended this movie for um, uh, Hollow Trees, I couldn't think of it for Hollow Trees because
yes.
it's now October. I was thinking Frankenweenie, the dog Frankenstein cartoon thing that was in my head. Even though I was like, I don't think it's called Frankenhooker. I think it's called Dog Frankenstein or something. I'm like, I could have swore, and then I pull up Franken and I saw Frankenweenie. I'm like, no, he's a Frankenhooker.
Yep.
What? Okay. So I had to click on it, thinking the whole time before I went to watch this movie, it was about the not G-rated cartoon Frankendog, and it was not.
No, it's definitely not. Uh, this movie is about a medical school dropout loses his fiancée in a tragic lawnmower incident and decides to bring her back. Unfortunately, he was only able to save her head, so he goes to the red light district in the city and lures prostitutes into a hotel room so he can get parts for his girlfriend.
You know, I okay. First and foremost, he stuck his head, her head, and her foot, and I think a big toe. There, of her other foot, because those are the parts that I saw on there. I don't understand what the brain was at the beginning of this movie with the big eyeball in the center
And
that everyone saw, but no one
nobody
mentioned at all.
cared. Yeah, it was
No,
so nonchalant, like so
it was like,
passe. Like, yeah, whatever. It's just Jeffrey playing with his Cyclops brain at the family birthday. It's at a birthday party for her dad.
yes,
He
yeah,
brings
and
the Cyclops brain to this place.
it was really odd. And he's doing, yeah, he's working on whatever at his girlfriend's mother's and father's house. And the mother's like, "Can you hand me the ketchup?" He goes, "Oh yeah," and he reaches it, and it's in between all this computer stuff, like between all the why is it there?
Yeah,
Why?
no
I
reason
mean,
whatsoever.
but I was like, why is he doing this here anyhow? Um, and then when you get to meet the girlfriend, and she's talking to the other girls, like, you let him staple your stomach. It's not because she's trying to lose all this weight
Yeah,
for
she's like,
whatever
yeah, of
reason.
course. Why wouldn't I? He's my fiance.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
yeah.
What?
What? And you're like, um, he's in medical school though, right? Oh no, no, he even kicked out of three of them.
No, he works at the electric company.
Yeah, exactly. So
What?
so that makes him so he can do those kind of things. I do appreciate the beginning where after she gets killed by the lawnmower, which was unusual.
I really thought
Um,
that was a snowblower.
I think it was, and they just added things on it to make it look like it is. And of course, a remote control lawnmower,
Yes.
which is a brilliant idea.
Did you
30 years before they had them.
did you catch the news report at all?
Yes, I love the news report. That was hilarious.
She goes,
That was always
the
funny.
girthful fiance and
Yes,
sent her personality down on the birthday revelers. I was,
yes, and then
oh my God.
and he's like, and turned her into a tossed salad, but the only salad being tossed now, like whatever. God Almighty, that was probably the part I did smile at. I did smile later on in the movie, which is probably the part that you just couldn't stop laughing at. But the conversation he was having with himself about the voltage and him being on 110 and doing all the lines and doing electricity stuff over that body that was drawn out
Yeah,
on the page. I appreciate that because that was actual voltage, electrical stuff. So whoever did this movie knows how that works. So I
right.
was impressed with that part.
I was confused when he had a TIG welder out on human flesh.
Uh,
There's no metal there. There's no like,
mm-mm.
and then there was
And,
magically they were all sewn together. Um,
and he wanted to get them all by killing them by using an amazing like drug that crack was going to kill them all or crystal metal. It was crack, right? Super crack.
yes, but I just remembered at the end of the news report, the reporter says her name and goes alive. I
Yes.
laughed at that part.
Yeah, the whole news report was really interesting and fun because she's all like all sad stuff. And this is Brenda, alive, News 3-1, and smiling like it wasn't a very sad, depressing story.
Right, super upbeat. And then when his mom and him are having a conversation, and he just goes into this huge monologue.
Yeah, well, so am I, Ma. Something's happening to me that I just don't understand. I can't think straight anymore. Like my reasoning is all, twisted and distorted, you know? I seem to be disassociating myself from reality more and more each day. I'm antisocial. I'm becoming dangerously amoral. I've lost the ability to distinguish between right from wrong, good from bad. I'm scared, Ma. I mean, I feel like sometimes I'm plunging headfirst into some kind of black void of sheer, utter madness or something.
Do you want a sandwich?
This movie was, I mean, it wasn't Lavalantula or nothing, but it had its moments.
What did you think of Dinner with the Girlfriend's Head?
That was very unusual to me. And what I really don't get is when okay, and he pours it the drink down her throat and it goes everywhere. I think the special effects person is the one with the money here because they did so many things with special effects in this movie, so many heads, so many ways, and I think that's why this movie got made. He's like, I can do special effects and I have money, so I'm gonna make a movie.
Yeah. Um, it's just weird. Like a lot of it weirded me out, and the drill bits to help him think.
Well, what the hell is that?
And who keeps drill bits in a freaking bowling bag with a
Bowling
bowling
ball.
ball?
None of that was making any kind of sense.
None.
And I know we go all around with this movie, but the Stephanie, is that no Elizabeth?
Elizabeth. Yeah.
Elizabeth. I will tell you that young lady, when she plays whoever she's supposed to play, the end of the beginning and end of the movie, she can't act worth shit. When she plays Frankenhooker, she does an excellent job. She when she repeats the lines of everyone else because she's all got everybody's memories or whatever. I thought she did great. And when she was, I thought that was excellent. But when she was playing her character, terrible.
I was really confused why her head was so pale white and the rest of her body was like regular colored.
And why she had purple hair?
Yeah, and then when she had sex with people, why is there smoke? What
It's
is
coming
she
off the other person.
electrified?
I'm guessing. Oh, did you know you said? And I liked how they had he checked the butt on the one girl, and that check mark was still on the butt of the Frankenhooker. I like the attention to detail for that,
Yep.
even though he probably could have washed that off.
And the
But
left arm still had a Z on it.
yes, but and especially when Zelo or the guy's name goes, "This is my bitch's arm. This ain't your arm. This is my bitch's arm." It's like, what are you talking about? But
I
did you
did
freeze it?
I did not see that. I did not see. I think it's Zorro is his name.
Is it Zoro?
I think so.
Makes
But
sense.
I didn't see him coming back at all. The
No,
the when he hit her at
that was actually one of the better better special effects. When the head popped back, and then it was just slowly starting to come off the body, and it's like stretching out at the back end. And I'm like, okay, that was pretty good.
um the part I'm gonna tell the part that I laughed the hardest, folks. I'm telling you, I was in tears. I almost threw up twice laughing so freaking hard.
Can I guess before you just by? I'll give it a
Yeah,
word without ruining it for everyone else.
sure.
Multiple hookers in the hotel room.
No.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So when Elizabeth asked Jeffrey how he brought her back to life, and there's no way I'm gonna act this out right. He this actor picked the best delivery. He goes, "Oh, just a bunch of things. They're over written down over there," and then he just raised right into like another part.
You were gone.
A coma?
Worse.
Dead?
I brought you back, Elizabeth. I brought you back to life.
How?
Oh, a bunch of things. I got it all written down over there.
Killed me. I'm trying not to think about it right now because it is the funniest. Because she was like, um, "How did you bring me back to life?" Oh, just a bunch of things. I have it written down over there.
Yeah, I've already know there.
Yeah, just yeah, whatever. Like so happenstance. Like yeah, whatever. It's not. It's every day that I bring somebody back to life. Like it's just he just throws it away. Like yeah,
Oh,
whatever.
it was. I thought that scene was very humorous. I don't know if it was as humorous as that good snap I got from you, but I was like, I thought it was the part where they see the drugs and they all act crazy over it, like oh, and I'm like, okay, that's part of the funny part where she's actually losing her mind, like with all the hookers in there with those drugs, how overly emphasized they were about the drugs. I thought that's what made it, other than when they all blew up.
No, I mean I thought that all that was pretty funny. Um, I wrote down when Frankenhooker walked into the bar through the end of the bar. So she walked into a bar, right?
She did. She threw that one guy out the way, walked into a bar, and that's where Zoro hears her talking, and she's saying all the different things that's been said, like you got 30 minutes, but the rest of us girls got to go somewhere else. Whatever she was doing. I think she did great with that kind of stuff. But yeah, she goes into the bar, and Zoro hears her, and then follows her. And then there's one. I mean, she goes upstairs and blows that one guy up, and then the one guy next to her is like, "Hey, let me stick my tongue down your throat."
Yeah,
It's random.
yeah.
I like
Uh,
it's very random, odd film. But they made it, long enough, hour and 28 minutes or something. So
it was very well lit. There was outdoor movie shots, like in scenes. You could see every person. You could see, the person under the street lights and near the street lights, and it's
and
very
I
well
want to say they
shot.
filmed in New York City in those scenes. A few scenes they had to have because, I mean, I guess they didn't have to. I don't think it was fake backgrounds. They were filming somewhere,
Yeah,
and and I'm sure that because they had extras pop in there, I don't think they shut down any kind of roads or nothing like that. But I thought that was brave of them to do that. And the very end, though, because Zillow, I didn't see that. I didn't expect the end where
Yeah,
main character, and then Zu-
Zorro.
Zorro. Those creature things
Oh my God,
with
so disgusting.
15 boobs, and then the upside down torso with the teeth, and
Yeah,
like,
is
what the frick?
going crazy for the drugs and then
I
bring
was like,
Zorro home. Back
okay,
home.
Kevin Smith, I see where you get Hoger Yozers from. I understand that. And I was just like, but then because all his stuff is estrogen based, you can't bring back guys. That was a nice little twist they had at the end.
Oh, that was so funny. And she just quoted right back the same line
Hmm.
that he quoted to her about all the
Yeah.
body parts.
Yep. That was pretty good. Yeah, like I said, but you could. That was such a poor makeup job of him coming back.
Yeah.
That looked more like the walrus from a Tusk type suit than anything else. So, boy, here I am talking about Kevin Smith, and you haven't mentioned him yet. Jeez. Oh, you have a Coke. I want a Coke. I have a Coke and a smile.
Yeah, sorry, my throat got dry. Well, I think we talked enough about this movie. I feel like we should be getting into the 5-star and 1-star or less reviews. The first 5-star review comes from Finn P. Best movie ever created, TBH.
I have to look at the credits of this movie and see if anyone named Christopher P is attached to this movie.
His name
Because
is Finn.
okay, I'm sorry, I'm looking at my guy.
I mean, you still might find him.
The first 1-star review comes from Chris H. Horrible even for a B movie. Don't bother.
I disagree a lot with what you just said.
Hey, it was really hard not hard, but I had to scroll to get 3 1-stars. I figured I'd get on the first page.
Yeah, they were deep. The next 5-star comes from Unknown. This is exactly the kind of movie we need more of. An absolute cult classic from concept to production.
I mean, this is the next 1-star review from Scott S. There's nothing redeemable about this film. The acting and special effects are bad, and the story is even worse. Just like the nature of this film, it seems like a lot of parts were thrown together and created a foul monster of a film. It's good writing there. I like the connection.
I mean,
I'm not gonna kill it for the bad special effects because all in all the special effects weren't terrible. I mean,
they,
I'd rather see special effects like that than CGI, bad CGI.
I think it's called are they practical effects when
Practical
they're
effects, yes.
like
I'd rather see practical effects than bad CGI.
when her head gets knocked back and it's
Mhm.
still hanging on there and all the lightning is flashing out.
Yes.
I was like, okay, that's 1990, that's late 80s, 90 effects. But the fact that they used real mannequin or real effect,
Hmm.
and then the head get flat back on, and Jeffrey is holding their head and running, and then in the car, he zooms off, the head actually plops back.
Hmm.
So it shows, I thought
The
they did.
consistency seemed fine. You always look for those things, the what's missing, what's not right. And how come cops weren't involved in this? I mean, a lot of hookers were dying at one time.
The last 5-star review comes from Unknown. The darker and edgier and campier adaptation that nobody asked for, but we all needed. The ridiculous, over-the-top plot is actually matched in its insanity by the ludicrous special effects. one of the best exploitation films out there.
I don't think you know what an exploitation film is, sir, but we'll leave it at that. Let's talk about exploitation of prostitutes, then that may be a case. This guy just sees the bright side in every movie. That's all I can say. Um, the last one-star review comes from the most popular, unknown. What the fuck is that? A very bad imitation of Reanimator, I suppose. Some campy horror movies turn out to be classics. Some just stink. This one is no classic.
I disagree.
It is it is kind of like Reanimator. I know I put this on here, but I don't think I read it. So yeah, it is like
Well, you kind of
Reanimator.
had to just take what you could find.
Yeah.
I have the first review. It is an unknown 4-star from September 26th, 2005. It has been probably 10 or more years since I've seen it, but I do remember it being a favorite of mine when I was younger.
4 stars for it being 10 years ago. You were probably 13 watching this movie. Of course, it's one of your favorite movies. I get it. I was a 13-year-old kid watching movies. I like movies.
I was a 13-year-old kid once.
Yes, I watch boobies. I like them. I still do. They're one of my favorite things.
Especially when they're purple. All right. Well, Jason and I, we talked about the movie. We heard about what you all thought, good and bad, about this movie. Now let's go ahead and see what the critics and the audience rated this movie. The critics rated this at 65%, while you, at home, the audience, rated this movie at 58%.
Oh, fuck. No.
Oh,
No,
Jason,
no.
come on. You haven't even heard what I thought about this movie yet.
I lost. Humanity has failed me.
I will kick us off. You know what? This movie is very, very freaking weird. The main actor, James Lorenz, is interesting. I don't know. You can't take it too serious. It was very well shot. It smelled like the 90s. Like, it is exactly what the 90s was, with the effects, with the colors choices. Everything about it was a 90s movie. And you know what? I loved this movie. I laughed harder than I have probably laughed in the last 2 years. And it was insanely just a good time, from Frankenhooker to the end of the movie. The beginning, it's a bit of a draw, but you know what? It's worth the hang. I will absolutely recommend this movie to my surgeon all day. I'll recommend this movie to everyone. That's why I told you at the beginning of the show where to find this movie, because I think you all need to watch this movie. Now, I forgot about the stump bump, and Jason is going to hate me for this, and it's not my fault, Jason. It is the bump that is going to bring this movie to 4 trees and a stump.
Oh, at least it's not 5 trees, because that would have just. I still, your 5 tree one was goon anyhow, so I'm not sure how much I respect your opinion anyway now. But now it's really bad.
Oh no, Goon is a far superior movie over this.
And apparently not far superior,
Hey,
just a stump superior.
This is better than Poltergeist.
Poltergeist. I don't know. Anyways, I would not recommend it to my surgeon. It was enjoyable. It was everything you said is true. It was the 90s, whatever. It had some color, saturation. They had a good cinematography. The writing was poor. The acting was okay. The main character, who has so many lines, he did okay. The rest of the acting was atrocious, except for Frankenhooker when she was Frankenhooker. When she was herself, she did not act well. That's the only part that I really thought was good, except for the news report. I don't want to see a part 2. I have no desire to see a part 2. I'd still watch it over Strays, and because I'd watched it over Strays, I would definitely not going to give it a stump. I have to give it a stump crease anyhow. So because I'm tied by the laws that we made up as we go doing this show, I'm giving it 1 tree and 1 stump.
Hey, it's better than the stump. But you know what? Hey, it's a B movie. It's what it is. It's campy, and you know what? Some people love them, some people hate them. Sometimes they land, sometimes they don't. But hey, you tell us at home, or you at home tell us what you all thought about this movie. Let us know down. Go down, pop there in the comments. Drop us a like if you don't mind. Share it with your friends. Gosh darn it, go watch Frankenhooker. F you, Jason. I've been Nate. That's Jason. Take care, everybody. What?